welcome to WrestleCulture Live.
No pressure.
Wait.
Hey!
All right.
Okay.
I'm really excited for everyone else.
I know,
now.
me too.
To actually finally get to see this. No pressure. First time.
They don't know how many takes this normally takes.
One. Always one.
Always one. Yeah. One take Wilbourn.
That is what we call you.
Well, you can tell by the way I do my part. I'm a deadly boy, part of the squad. Phil and Nick, the soundboard. We put other parts to the sword. And now it's all right. It's okay. Tony Khan, he says,
90s.
you can try to understand the best
Bloody good quiz.
in the land. In your ears, we're nesting, talking about the wrestling. WrestleCulture Live. WrestleCulture Live. Watch us on the camera. Check out all the bands on WrestleCulture Live. WrestleCulture Live. WrestleCulture Live. WrestleCulture Live. WrestleCulture Live.
I'm out of Wilbourn. Run out of breath. I'm out of Wilbourn for What Culture. John by Phil James, Adam Nicholas for What Culture live on YouTube.
We're doing it.
Fancy that.
Oh, God.
1 week late, but whatever.
Yeah, the roof fell in upstairs. Do apologise.
That's it. It's a what's the word I'm trying to look for now? My roof's gone. It's an advancement on
Yes.
not turning up at all when you told everybody you would come here. So that's good.
Oh, dear. Thank you to everyone. Already in the comments as well, joining us for this. Best in the biz. Thank you to Adam Smith, who has got a great name
That's a
and
great name.
has already got tickets to
Oh.
the live show that
If
he's
only
going to
someone was
do.
there to press the buttons. Yeah, we didn't think this through, obviously. So
Yes, our live show goes down on Tuesday, November 21st at the Mosaic Tap in beautiful Newcastle upon Tyne. The Dudley Boys on tour, and tickets are very limited now.
They are very limited.
very, very limited.
Getting limited by the second.
Even more limited
Even
than
limiteder.
Skeletor.
Yeah, whatculture.com/tickets if you want to get that. It's weird this, because normally I have like a big plan of what we're going to talk about, and then loads of people are being nice in the chat and donating and stuff.
Yeah,
so I
do we
kind of
have
want
to,
to
like,
mention
Let's
that.
just ignore your plan
We're
and
going to
do
have
what
to
they
factor
say.
you in now, aren't we? That's
Yeah.
You. That's you.
I'm in favour of
Factor you in.
ignoring Wilbourn and doing what they say.
Yeah, I
me
don't have
too.
to plan anything other than a quiz,
There you go.
basically.
That's like your favourite version
Oh.
of WrestleCulture.
Shout out, as always, to OG Stem Cell, who says, hello, so hyped for the first live WrestleCulture.
Live WrestleCulture.
Oh, Marcel Laviolette says, hey, guys, have you seen the Swerve video? That dropped today, didn't it? I've not watched it yet.
Ah, yes, I saw the promo
I
for
have
it
not
before.
seen
I
it,
haven't
just
seen the actual
clips from
drop.
Dynamite.
And who's excited about CM Punk versus Josh Alexander? Since he's going there, might as well start booking dream matches. Yeah, Punk linked with Impact today.
Yeah, Punk versus Miller, next step.
Oh, yeah.
But he's going to have to wait. He's going to have to wait, right? Because Miller's
They've
busy.
spent all their money.
Yeah, Miller's busy for now.
Impact have spent all their money getting big money Simon Miller.
Money Miller.
What was all this about? This is insane. He's fighting Joe Hendry.
Well, you guys were obviously here for this whole
Yeah, granted.
fallout.
You
I
mean
mean,
Impact Wrestling superstars Adam Wilbourn and
are
Phil
you
Chambers over
are you
here.
okay, first of all? Because that was a real kerfuffle that was going on there. I'm glad I just had to go back to my house.
You
I
know-
think we're okay. bit mentally wounded, but physically okay.
You know-
a lot better than our break room is doing.
Yeah, that's true. It was. The fire when I got in was weird. I didn't expect to see a fire. That was
you
intense.
know I can't handle spice, and a tiny fleck of lemon and herb chicken went down my gullet, and I almost missed this show. As
For
a result.
you, that is spice.
Oh.
That's a high-end level
Yeah.
spice.
I've got a kick.
It's got a real kick, that lemon.
But yeah, Joe Hendry versus
versus
Simon
Simon
Miller.
Miller.
This is awesome. I love this.
It is quite exciting for Miller. It's very nice to see a man who works so very hard finally getting his due.
Finally.
Is it next
Finally.
Friday?
Next Friday in
Jeez.
Newcastle.
I believe
I'm
you can,
getting wrecked.
you can still get tickets to that show as well, I believe, can't you?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I think they've sold a few less than the What Culture Live show.
I mean, who in the game hasn't, Phil? Come on. I mean, it's, the hottest ticket in town. Culture Wrestling live at the Mosaic Tap on the 21st of November.
Yeah, he knows.
I know it.
Culture.com/ticket.
Yeah, it is. See, together we make a whole.
But
That's
yeah,
how it works.
they've Impact have certainly sold at least 3 tickets.
Yeah, they have.
Hey.
We're going to be
Can we
there.
jump the barrier, or no? Is that?
I mean, I hope so.
If someone's hating our beloved Simon Miller, you better believe
I
it.
might take the What Culture board game down with me and hit Joe Hendry with it.
just fling the cards in. Hey,
Nah, we just should take posters for the live show and paper cut Joe Hendry. Like,
I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted because I mean, the video that I saw, Miller was a bit of a dick in it, if I'm honest. And
I believe in Simon Miller.
And I'm a big fan of Joe Hendry. Is he gonna? Oh, is he gonna make a parody song?
He better make a goddamn parody
Oh,
song.
Is it going to be Newcastle related?
It's gonna be Simon Miller.
Is it going to be like Fog on the Tyne related or like?
Oh,
we should play. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
or just bald.
If that happens,
related.
if that happens, Miller, I'm out. Like,
sorry,
Henry all the way.
Henry guys now.
Henry all the way, man. If you pull on my sensibilities for the great city of Newcastle, there is no telling which side I'll choose.
Mr. Phoenix also says in the chat, I know he's not on the show right now, but say his name and he appears. I believe in Cy Miller.
Hey,
Could you imagine if he actually appeared? That would have been really good.
that would have been. But he burst out the wall, wouldn't he? Like the Kool-Aid guy. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Why?
With his neck brace on.
Indeed. He's neck brace now. Totally legit. I'm very worried about his neck. Yeah, neck strong and
Here's
all
a
that.
question for you, incredibly specific. What women's wrestler currently out on maternity leave are you most looking forward to seeing return? For me, it's Alexa Bliss. For me too, Sailor Evans, to be honest.
I mean, I spend a lot of time just sitting there at home thinking that's what I want to think about.
Exactly. Yeah.
All those pregnant women. When are they coming back?
Pregnant women.
Just let them have a moment. Bless them. Bless them.
Payne Bloody Royce is back now, isn't she?
She not pregnant?
No.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Hey, that's how it works.
Mr. Phoenix says, I need Adam Wilbourn's Von Wagner voice to say, I could definitely beat Sheamus in a fight. He could not use the Irish curse on me because magic isn't real. There you go.
Got it.
There you go.
If you wanted
Nailed
just
it.
a taste of the podcast, Phil, this is what happens while you're not here. I've been inducted into this now.
This world.
There's no coming back
It's
from it.
ridiculous.
Yeah? I know them all now
that
by
for
name.
Some people you lot want.
So wait there, before we do get started, what is your plan for this? And then I guess you can give them an idea of whether or not they're even bothered about what your plan is.
Yeah.
Throw it out the window.
And then we can have a little poll in the chat, and you can say whether we throw out his plan and just do whatever
you
the chat
see.
wants, or actually follow the plan.
I'd just done my usual
Engagement.
thing. Yeah, I'd done my usual
I got
thing.
Humphrey so tall, by the way. It's like, come on, here we go.
I'd done my usual thing of just prepping notes for WrestleCulture, some vague topics we can discuss. But there is a
share those
Don't try and
notes?
hype this up.
there's a hashtag bloody good quiz.
Well, we're not getting rid of that.
Yeah,
but what's
absolutely.
the rest of the toss that you've got?
Usually there's like 3 topics or
I
something.
wanted to
isn't
mention Sting's retirement.
Yeah.
I suppose.
I'll give you one.
I'll give you that one.
And the fact that Chris Jericho can't stop mentioning WWE is quite funny to me as well. Like, the race's done, it's finished. Who cares anyway? He's like, well, yeah, we had the best show. So
It's funny. What's funny about this is like they asked him the question, didn't they, about Tony Khan? And he's like, oh, I can't tell him to get off his phone. He's a billionaire. Billionaires are going to billionaire. Almost as if he was like, yeah, but you know what he's like, though. Am I right? And the two of them are as gotten to about this WWE thing. He's just doing it in a different way.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the same.
Same energy.
They've got the pictures. It's the same picture. I'm sorry. You were both gotten to about, and you don't have to. Of course they did this to you. It's the WWE, and they can do that whenever they want, and that's fine. It's absolutely fine. It was one night.
Yeah.
Let it go, man.
And the things they had to do to win that one night.
And he's like, yeah, but we still had a better show anyway.
Did you see
yeah.
Jericho as well? If he was part of that, said, well, yeah, I saw that they were booking Taker and Cena, and I got onto Tony and was like, get the celebrities, get Shaq, get Snoop Dogg on the show.
But why? This just stick to your own product.
Yeah.
I think all you guys watched the
You do
NXT
you.
show every week, and I know you loved it. Hamlet wasn't as much as high on it because they had just like dragged in the stars to do their stuff instead of like the only one who really mixed with them was Cody, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Who really actually bothered to commit to the bit and be like, oh, I'm part of this show, rather than the dead man turning up and being like, I'm old.
Which one of you loses my chokeslam?
Yeah. I've chokeslammed you, and that means you're over.
Yeah.
That's how it works. That's how it works.
Stand next to the dead man. That means you're over as well. Is it? Or are you just getting a,
I'm giving you the rub.
See the thing as well with him meeting that child who's dressed as Taker,
Yes.
and it was like, as someone tweeted, he looks like he's never seen a toddler in his life.
What do I do with you?
Just holds it by like the scruff of the neck there, yeah. Got it.
Would it, with Sting retiring, would Sting versus Taker at WrestleMania 31 actually have been good, or would it have been 2 awesome entrances and then us going,
I don't think it would have needed to be good because you've got 2 awesome entrances and then do a 5-minute match and Go like 15 minutes with like bells and whistles and shenanigans.
Bells and whistles?
I think it would have been bells and whistles.
Cowbell.
Who's got the bell? Who's got
Big
the whistle?
dongs and whistles.
Undertaker ain't going 5 minutes for anybody,
Yeah,
apart
this is
from
true.
when Vince told him he had to against Cena.
Yeah.
But he wasn't expecting. You trained to go for 20 minutes, Vince. Well, great.
I think with like the brawling and a bit of nonsense, I reckon they could have pulled it off.
And looking back, I'm being.
I mean, look at Sting these
facetious.
days; he can still go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking
And that
back
was
as
13 years ago.
yeah, looking back as well, the fact that it was the Mania after the streak had ended, so you could have just done anything. Like, it's not the streak, but it's the next best thing. It's the dream match off the back of that. And then, was that the one he faced Bray, 31?
The one after he lost the streak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bray.
And they were like, right, and we're gonna do NWO versus.
To be
DX.
fair, though,
What?
but to be fair, as stupid as that match was, and Triple H winning that match was even. You all remember the match, though, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I
That's
also
what they
always
wanted.
all remember was that the Triple H Terminator entrance as well?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. For no reason, for literally no reason other than they were promoting the film and like Triple
quite a
H
big reason,
decided.
to be fair.
But it's not though. Not for Triple H.
No.
Like what's this? Oh, but I like Arnold Schwarzenegger because he's got muscles. Great. It's got nothing to do with the film. Has it? Absolutely nothing to do with the film. It did, however, feel like because Kenny Omega was coming out with his Terminator gear at that point prior, like or maybe just after, just before the Wrestle Kingdom, and the difference in this is like. I'm Terminator for Halloween. Triple H is like, no, I'm literally the Terminator. They built me as the Terminator with the people who made his exoskeleton, probably. And that was the difference. I was like, it's a bit cruel, that.
Yeah.
But in terms, I'm glad that Sting. I panicked a little bit when he was announcing it because I thought he was going to say Full Gear. I was like, it's like a month away.
Too soon.
But no.
Or immediately is the scary one, isn't it? Because we've seen it happen so
Yeah,
many times
yeah.
where it's like, I have to stop right now.
Well, he obviously
Especially
happened
after his
with
last one.
him in the past, so
Yeah.
it is nice that he gets to end on his own terms. And I like the fact that, well, I assume he said this is when I want to end it, rather than people going, I think we should probably give it up,
Yeah.
because he's not. There's not every day he gets older, it's going to get harder and harder to you, but.
There's not been that moment with Sting though when
No.
you're like, oh, it's maybe gone too far. Like that had never been.
The only
that.
only moments they happened were in WWE.
Yeah.
And like that's
Yeah,
because I don't think it was obviously done the right way. But this has been.
You think about Taker and Roman, you're like, oh
Yeah.
no, he's really
Yeah.
struggling to get him up there.
That was a point where I
The
was
take a Kane DX match thing at Saudi. It's
both
like
of
there's
them.
moments when you're like, oh, this is too much.
It was watching those Taker and Sting matches around that time in WWE. This was around, I'm sure, it was not Taker and Brock, like not long after the Sting stuff, or maybe during a similar time, had reignited their rivalry, hadn't they, to keep Seth and Brock separate.
Yeah.
Taker had come back, and they were taking these bumps. I'm like, you're gonna die, man. Like I don't even mean that as a joke. I mean that as like, you seriously, you should not be going. Why is you're letting Brock throw you through a table like an F5? Just and the way Brock does it, where it's just like,
Yep.
goodbye. It's crazy, and then obviously seeing Sting actually get properly damaged in that match against Seth was heartbreaking stuff.
Awful.
Really, really bad.
Dave the Noob makes a good point. Thanks, Dave. He says,
Dave.
when will we see someone play the intro riff
Well, it's been
live
good.
for the live show? Anyone
hello.
get any good at that? I'm rubbish.
I can play guitar. I can probably figure it out one day.
You signed up for something there you shouldn't
Yeah.
have started.
I know, yeah. I've
Full
said it.
band.
Yeah.
John Harrison, what are you up to on the 21st of November?
Have I got completely drunk?
Oh,
Is he
yeah,
a bit of a
100%.
drummer?
I was a drummer back in the day. Yeah.
tell you
Culture
what.
band.
I've heard it before, and also it was a long time ago I played the drums, so we'd have to start again, I think.
Jeff Raymaker, thank you for your donations. Jeff says, morning, when is Broken Wilbourn coming out, since AW is basically ripping off his friendship with MJF in increasingly terrible skits? Also, I'm so happy to see Nicholas. He's dreamy.
Oh,
Thanks,
thank
Jeff.
you. No, I'm real. I'm really here. This is not a dream. It's
really
not a
real.
dream. It's not a drill. It's the only time you'll ever see me on this channel or other channels. So there you go.
It's a big secret. We
I
just
do it
replace
for
you
him.
with AI.
Yeah.
or something.
Don't tell them. God, we worked so hard to keep that undercover.
Jeff also says, why is Adam Nicholas cosplaying as Christian Cage?
Always. I think you'll find, actually, if you can be bothered ever to go through my Twitter and find it, I was rocking this look well
yeah.
before Christian Cage, my friend. You're welcome. You know, one of the best heels in AEW at this current moment. And it's, I'm not going to take all the credit, but
just
he
most
did some work. Although I do, I'm more receptive to people's fathers. That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
In terms of the skits, they need to stop doing them in AEW. They're rubbish now. Not
Not
a fan.
of PB&J.
You,
What you know? There's like, is there a point where it happened? Where was the I got off the train point for you? Or off the bus, whatever the terminology is.
I think it was. To be honest, straight. I think I was like, you get 1 week of Adam Cole's injured, and we were even guilty of fantasy booking on the Dynamite previews and what have you. Right, there's a way you can do this. Roddy Strong's in one hospital bed, Adam Cole's in the other. Maybe MJF goes to visit or whatever. Have some fun with that, and then let's get on with what's going to happen with the tag titles. You know, maybe Roddy sees an opportunity there and then for me, the moment after that, it felt like they've said, right, Full Gear's a long way off. Let's do 4 weeks of skits. And they just shot them all on there. Instead of thinking like, we've got 2 more saved, but we could just sack that off and do something different. They've just gone, well, just do it, even though there's backlash online about them. I don't think it's helped develop the storyline, which was one of the most popular things. Obviously, it's incredibly unlucky for Adam Cole as well. I will say that. I would like them to remember that there was a devil angle at some point.
I think it's weird that Jay White's the only one who's ever doing anything to remotely and even he, while mentioning it, doesn't sound super aggrieved by it. Like there's no ongoing inquest as to who it was. It's just kind of a thing that happened, which sounds like another company we know back in the day. Stuff just happens. I do have to say though, I think I've got a little bit more leniency with this Cole stuff. One, because he's just the nicest man on earth, I think is one thing. But also, let's not forget, he was not even potentially going to be wrestling again, full stop, at all, ever. So to see him even remotely involved again is cool for me. Yes, this stuff hasn't quite gone the way they planned. And somehow they've gone from being able to do good, bad comedy to just doing bad comedy, if that makes sense. No, there's a charm to it, and it's kind of just gone a bit. And it's a shame, because you are interested in the dynamics with all these characters, I think. This isn't the thing to elevate that, I don't think.
I'm with you. I didn't mind them at all. It was a continuation of the MJF and Cole stuff, but then it was just Roderick Strong trying to get in on that kind of friendship. Some people didn't like those either, did they? I think it worked. But it's probably this week is the one where it's just gone a little bit too far now. It's not actually progressing anything, which I think is the biggest part of it. It feels like it's sort of stagnating now. Like
you'll forgive it as long as it's sort of nudging some story along.
And this week just felt like, we're just trying to get somewhere else. Just tread water and get there.
Another week.
It felt a little bit too much this week. But I don't mind them in general. I think, you look at the MJF and Cole stuff and how they built that into the match at All In. That was incredible. Yeah. And it's like they can tie these sort of stupid, goofy wrestling bits into something amazing at the end of it. So I think they've got trust in that process of actually telling this in a different way.
I think that's the thing with theirs. I'd find some of the Cole MJF ones week to week, they could be hit and miss. So 1 week it was absolute runaway success, and then the next week it was it was okay. It wasn't for me. Other people loved it. Wasn't for me. That's fine, as long as you get that back and forth. Yeah, I think some people have felt it's just kind of gone not as funny, less funny again, and there hasn't really been any high point again for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Thankfully, John Harrison has said he's going to sack off work and come in and play the theme tune for us live. Thank you again for that, John.
Who needs a job, John? Come on.
I just want to read through some of your comments as well from your lovely donations. Very kind of you. Matt Cook says the world sucks at the moment, but you three gents are mint. Lovely, insightful, hilarious. Thanks for the entertainment. You're welcome, Matt. Thank you for your message. Eric Vasquez. Eric, as always, great first name. The award-winning WrestleCulture Live. Of course, I forgot we were award-winning.
Oh, yeah. That was a thing.
I neglected to say that, didn't I?
Who's award-winning? Me and you?
Well, yeah, it's me and you specifically.
WrestleCulture in general. Yeah. What award did we win?
Best WrestleCulture.
Yes. It was close between us and it was close.
And Matt Rain says, incredible opening as always. Thank you, Matt. Great to see a video without that square-headed guy as well. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Ready for a beer myself? Yeah, cheers, guys. I forgot to bring one.
Yeah.
But
well, you need to be switched on after this because you're with child now.
You are with
child.
Remember beer?
Yeah. Remember beer.
Next Friday, though.
Hey.
Leash is coming off.
Impact Wrestling.
You mean we've got to get you back in one piece from that wrestling show?
I am not taking responsibility.
Yeah, me
for that.
neither,
not,
man.
I'll get honestly. I can smell that, and I'm like,
yeah, Miller will do it.
Yeah,
he'll carry you home.
Good guy. Jeff also says, with him always wearing long sleeves and gloves and now wearing a jacket, is anyone else wondering why Sting is so cold all the time? Get that man a hat.
You not notice it snows everywhere he goes.
Snow entrance, yeah.
It is. I'd have to say though, of all the versions of this where it's like an older wrestler would often wear just close to, cover themselves up because getting on and maybe might be a bit self-conscious or whatever. Sting nails it for me every time. This bomber jacket look with the Sting t-shirt and the little orange inlet.
Oh,
Stinger. Still got it, he has. Wonderful stuff.
Just Daryl says, podcast on YouTube, but when are we getting a Discord? I don't know what one of them are.
A Discord?
Discord.
A Disco, right?
It's like a server thing, isn't it? Is that like a group?
Yeah, a little chat thing.
So a Disco, yeah? I'm avoiding this like the player. I don't want to do a Discord.
Why don't you want to do a Discord?
Because we've already got a community page.
Yeah,
we've got a podcast. We've got Twitter, X. We've got Instagram. We've got everything. Who needs... Well, no shit on Discord. It just reminds me of other people who used to like Discord. We were assholes.
We've got thank you Ryan Walsh for your donation. Who says, what's on the bottles, boys? Yeah, what are you drinking? Peroni?
Just whatever was free in the WrestleCulture fridge.
So,
but if you want to sponsor us, we'll drink your beer.
We'll turn that the wrong way around.
So that's what I did. I did it the wrong way around, but then I'm just, go on then, there you are. Bit of both.
Sneak peek.
Best of both worlds.
If there's any beer companies out there that want to send us beers for WrestleCulture, I am very
Other
open
beers
to that.
are available, allegedly, and if they are, send them to us.
Yeah.
And I'll be sure to let you know that they do exist.
Oh, John Harrison also says, good Friday, boys. Good Friday to you, John. What pleasure it is to see Adam Nicholas on our screens. Have a great show, chaps. Peace and love. It's the anniversary today, isn't it? Peace and love.
Peace and love. Is it?
It's the last day today, however many years ago that you could...
Is this before you could send them the letter?
Today was the cut-off.
Is that right?
I love it.
Yeah,
Hey, that's good knowledge. I like you now.
that.
Well done.
At least you got the shoes right.
At least you got the shoes right, brother. I'm warning
What a
you.
miserable git.
I know, man. With peace and love.
Peace and love.
I'm warning
What
you.
else have you got to do, Ringo?
Do not send
Thomas the
any
Tank Engine
more
stuff
fan mail.
Kicking off again or something.
October 20th is the 21st tomorrow, I guess. Is that right?
No, I think today was the day.
Oh, so today's the day.
There you go.
October 20th. He's like, warning you.
Do not send.
Weirdest guy ever, man. Weirdest guy ever. How is he in one of my favourite bands? Strange individual.
Yeah, it's that 20th.
20th of October. So
Not
I hope
even
nobody's
the
been
best drummer in
sending...
the Beatles.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So what year was that then?
Or
Or is that a hard question for you to answer?
I want to know how much.
2008.
2008, bloody hell. How
Wow.
much fan mail has arrived?
I was
since-
just about to say, how many letters have gone back to the Royal Mail since then? They've just got a massive tower of Ringo letters. Like, yep.
If you want to send us, you can send us fan mail instead if you want.
Yeah, why
I'll
not?
open them on
In
the pod.
fact, send us Ringo Starr fan mail if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Why not? If I get a letter about Ringo Starr and Octopus Garden. Good.
Logan Paul's coming back to WWE tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Is he?
That's a thing.
I did like the fact that everyone's like, and then all the wrestling fans obviously feel the way they feel about Logan Paul, but I think he's been an absolute revelation, obviously, since he came in. SummerSlam with Ricochet, could have been better.
Gotta get them
But-
Saudi dollars, though.
But, yeah.
Expectations were high as well for that one.
Yeah.
After.
And the wrestling fans kind of warmed to him again because it was like, what a worker. Immediately after he beats Dylan Dennis, he's like, Rey Mysterio, I want your US title. And it's such a perfect dynamic because you're never going to boo Rey. And a lot of people are never going to boo Logan Paul. They can cheer Logan Paul.
I was going to say, yes, they will.
Oh,
Yes, they will. We've got the
You are not a lot of people. You are one person.
But you see, I think he's just as if they needed it. I mean, I think the show tonight's already sold out. It's a 13,000-seater stadium. I don't think there's no even Roman on any tonight's SmackDown.
ridiculous.
That's crazy, isn't it, when you think about that?
Yeah, Logan.
It's hot right now.
Yeah, it's really hot. Well,
one of them is.
One side of the other's off.
yeah. We're not allowed to choose sides today because
Yeah, no choosing sides, but
the dads will get
one side's
angry.
better.
Yeah.
I don't even watch the side that's winning, and I still know it's winning. That's how much it's winning.
But do you think he'll ever win a title, Logan Paul, in
I
WWE?
would never say never in
Yeah,
WWE. Just for
100%.
him carrying that title around in his videos and wherever the hell else is worth a hell of a lot to WWE.
He will 100% win a title during his time in WWE, I think. I don't know which. I'm not saying the top one or anything like that, but I think he'll one enough that if he took a places, you go, oh, that's a big one.
The biggest thing I want from this SmackDown is him to arrive and then immediately the Judgment Day go and recruit him into the Judgment Day, and we get purple Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
They've got
a purple
Great
prime, haven't they?
or
Yeah.
something, yeah.
Yeah.
So we can tie that in. Then all the Judgment Day are drinking purple prime.
Purple Prime.
And
God damn it, you thought of it all, Phil.
Dominic Mysterio can screw over his dad, and Logan Paul can win the belt, and it just writes itself, guys.
Did you just go to bed and think about this or something? The one thing I would say is the concern for me here, not really concerned, because I guess this one's scripted in a way that's meant to be scripted. This whole YouTubers crossing into boxing thing is destroying boxing. And I'm not even a boxing guy, right? I'm not a boxing, like I don't go, unless it'd have to be the biggest fight of all time on at the right time of the day for me to watch it. And even then I'd be like, 12 rounds.
Tyson Fury and Usyk, I'll probably watch.
Yeah, but will I? I'll say I would, and then I'd maybe watch the highlights the next day if I'm lucky. I don't get the same thing from that I would get from watching UFC. Some people don't get it from any of these. Phil Chavez, probably. But boxing, they must be thinking right now, what are we doing? Because these guys are earning so much more money, and it's these Mickey Mouse fights.
Yeah.
And it's like that. I'm not suggesting it's going to change wrestling, but there must be people who are like, oh, I don't know about putting a belt on this guy. Because it's all dumb now. But he's incredible at wrestling. Do not make the two connections.
Yeah.
He's
This
really
isn't
good
David
at wrestling.
Arquette winning the world title.
And I'm not saying he can't box. Obviously, the two of them can box, but, there's boxers and then there's boxers.
Yeah.
But he is a really good wrestler, and it's infuriating because you have to put a belt on him at some point because he has too much of a presence. It would be like one day when we find out that Simon Miller has signed up for a company, one of the companies, I don't know who it's going to be, it'll be someone, he'll be valuable. And whether people like it or not, and I'm not saying through talent or that anybody's not as good as anybody else, I'm just saying he is a known person, and I would imagine you'd pivot towards him for things because he's known and he has experience in that arena more than a good wrestler, which is invaluable. And obviously we're seeing it with WWE right now.
Yeah, lots of changes going on. This backstage revolution within WWE. But one of the big things that we saw announced or revealed last week, I thought it was quite a clever way of doing it because, he didn't get a pop for obvious reasons because it's the WWE audience. But long term, what do you think of Nick Aldis as GM and authority figures? I'm nervous, but I think I'm going to let this play out because this isn't like, if Vince was in charge, I'd be like, oh, cool, they're going back to the boring staple thing. Yeah. I'm hoping that it's going to be a bit like Postman Pearce has been doing and did on the Raw season premiere as well. Yeah. He's at a distance, and I think long term this is a road to get Aldis in the ring, don't you?
I mean, probably at some point. At least with Nick Aldis, you've got a sort of authority figure that can actually have a payoff at some point of a storyline, which they've hit that with authority figures quite a lot in WWE, where they build up this person and they can't actually do anything physical at the end of it, and it's like, well, you're never going to be able to pay off these stories.
You've just unsewed an old wound. We never got Scrap Daddy and Roman Reigns, did we?
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
We didn't.
They sort of did that. It's like, yeah, we won't do that. People are like, yeah, let's go. And I'm like, where do we go?
I'll watch that match. Yeah, I want to see it. And we never got it. And
they put Laurinaitis in the ring and all that.
Oh, Phil, you've Curtis there on Friday.
But I think with Adam Pearce, he's been, it's going to be very similar to what he's been doing anyway. Yeah. It's just he actually can make changes that will make sense. We've never known what Adam Pearce's job is.
I don't think Adam Pearce knows.
That's never been explained. He's just guy backstage that people talk to. That's his entire role.
Legitimately just turned up one day, didn't he? Yeah. He went to WWE HQ one day and just started working.
Just started asking him things.
That is a literal episode of Seinfeld where Kramer just starts working the company. And everyone's like, well, I guess this guy works here. That's it.
So at least now it's kind of explained. Yeah. I think it's better having it split between SmackDown because it makes the brand split feel at least a little bit more legit, especially if they're going to start introducing things like trades, which they did with the Jey Uso thing. It kind of makes a lot more sense when there's actually people on both sides.
I saw someone on Twitter as well pointing out that not only has Cody ruined everything by bringing Jey to Raw and pissing everyone off, effectively turning Drew McIntyre heel, and therefore, obviously, by doing that, he's also got the tag titles and then lost the tag titles. He's now got Kevin Owens shifted, so he's ruined that friendship with Sami and KO. And then on NXT, he was like, "I'm not Trick Williams to this 4-way." And we probably can assume Mello, his best friend, attacked him to make sure he wasn't it. So he's ruined friendships left, right, and centre, basically.
It's just his new story.
He can't help himself.
Cody, friend wrecker.
That's the thing. If I can't finish my story, you're not finishing yours.
You don't get a story.
You don't get a story.
It's
retracting. He's the anti-Oprah. He's taking cars off people. It's like, nope. Sorry.
Avi's Fig Fed.
Hello.
I keep noticing this because they write, Adam! I notice it.
I see that every time when I'm doing the cuts for the live ones, and I'm like, Adam!
Right, Phil and I are best friends because at Money in the Bank, he said his favourite Ninja Turtle is Donatello when I met him.
There you go.
Oh, interesting.
A Raphael
Donatello.
guy.
You got a...
Oh, I like this. We're all different.
Hello. What's yours?
Who else? We're looking right now.
There he
Colour,
is.
the man himself. The man himself.
Exciting.
John...
Fight, I guess.
Have it out.
Let's have it out. Go on.
John Catter says, as they've had no real stories, what would you do with the House of Black when they return? Yeah, I believe Malachi's recovering from an injury. Julia Hart, I think, went off to get married. Congratulations to her.
Yeah.
But she's been corrupting people. She has corrupted Sky Blue. She has partially corrupted Willow Nightingale.
The cameras are on now, Wilbourn.
But yeah, I was a bit unsure of them initially because I thought they were just doing the old talk bollocks and then not really do anything. Then they were great as a trio, aside from that weird, you can pick the rules if you want. What? Well, I'll pick the rule that if you're in the House of Black, you can't win the match. Brilliant.
And yet no one picked it. No one picked it.
Good.
But yeah,
would they do with
honestly,
the
Brody
House
can
of
kick more ass. That's what I
Yeah.
want to see.
Yeah, man. He's
More
like-
squash matches. We had two.
More
on,
squash
We had
matches.
2 on Dynamite. We got another one on Collision. Poor Action Andretti's getting murdered by Miro. More of that sort of thing. I have Buddy and Brody as a tag team if you want. Let Malachi do singles stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem weird that like the unit should continue, shouldn't it? Like even though some
Yeah,
members
it
are
feels
missing,
like
it
it
would
should.
make sense to just keep carrying that torch, keep them relevant.
Put Edge in it.
It works
Adam
well.
Copeland in the House of Black.
There's big
Works
vein.
well. He's probably
House of Grit.
he's probably still
Get
got
a big
all of
chair.
his got all of his clothes still, I imagine, from
I
the
imagine
the
so.
Judgment Day 1.0 era, which gave birth to the Judgment Day 2.0. So
Of
really,
course.
what we're saying is Edge is the best.
He's doing a rated FTR, of course. That's the new thing for him.
Of
I
course.
wonder how long that one took them.
Of course. FTR.
Where do I
love
fit
this.
in? Who's got an R in their name?
Hang on, I don't even think this is a him thing. This is a classic FTR. What was it?
FTR.
What was the
Yeah.
RKO one? FTRKO?
FTRKO.
Oh, yeah, FTR,
Is
of
that what
course.
they did? FTRKO?
No, I'm thinking rated RKO, but yeah, they
Yeah.
did FTRKO as well.
It's
Yeah,
just,
this is true.
it's just, they're like, where do we
got
put
one move.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, this fits as well. CMFTR. What?
Blackpool Combat FTR. House of FTR.
House of Fatur. Fatur. That sounds how like Dax would say it when he's like had a couple. I'm all about a legacy for Fatur. It took our jobs.
Like Devin Dowling says, who will be CJ Perry's new client after Miro crushes Action Andre on Saturday? No one.
Can I say this?
The one person who asked her for help got killed.
It's like the utmost respect, right? Who cares? Who
Yeah.
cares? This was not a good segment, and I don't even. I only watched Collision because I wanted to watch the Danielson Christian match, and I caught Edge's opener as well. By the way, I'd like to know where you all stand on this. Actually, Adam Copeland obviously ended up in his little war of words with Ricky Starks. He got absolutely bugged out, didn't he?
Yeah.
Along with his eyes in this segment, like he was talking about, like Ricky's talking. And I love it. I love Adam Copeland. He's my guy. But he got completely miffed by this. And everyone was telling me, oh, he's eviscerated Ricky Starks. I'm sorry, he hasn't.
No.
He actually hasn't. He has lost his cool.
Charlie Nicholas on Soccer Saturday.
That is literally what it is. He
Yeah.
lost his cool and then started. What's the most insulting thing I could possibly say? to
Which
you?
you shouldn't be
Why
saying.
would you call Ricky Starks a vanilla?
Yeah.
Like a vanilla guy. It's just
Yeah.
not. Why would you do that? It was dumb. It was like, and he got upset because he's mentioned his eyes, which nobody's obviously mentioned to him once before. I struggle to believe that. I love him, but that is your whole gimmick.
Also, isn't the whole thing that like a heel will say something and you'll go, oh, they're reaching there. Like, and then
Just
then if
no
you do that,
sell
they
it.
go, oh no, I guess
Yeah.
they've hit the nail on the head then.
Just no sell it. As Edge was pointing out, he's told him to be quiet, right? He's doing a bit because he's a heel. Edge can just pull a face and just or mutter something on his breath without the mic because he's meant to be talking to Danielson, as you will point out in a mere 5 seconds yourself. Stop talking to me, kid. Talk to him, kid.
Who stood tall at the end of that segment? So you know.
Well,
where that's
Adam
heading.
Copeland's massive, to be fair.
You know where that's heading. So why you?
Yeah, it was weird,
And
I didn't like it because it was like got flustered, and I was like, you are way too long. He's right, by the way. what his gripe will be is that you shouldn't be going after him. It's about the old business and the way stuff works. I get it. Like, that's the money. Don't be messing with the money. But it's going to happen in AEW. They don't have scripts. So you're going to have a lot thicker skin than that. Because there's some guys who've had barbs that are miles worse than that, and they've just taken in their stride.
I was annoyed as well because that took away from my favourite part of that segment, which is from now on, or from that moment on, Christian Cage should cut promos.
Yes.
Like sitting up on the turnbuckle with security around him. Because it looked great. It looked so good. He looks down on everyone. He got Satnam singing there. He still looked down on them.
The best smug guy ever, isn't he? I think
he's had such an incredible run at the minute.
Yeah.
John Harrison points out, I didn't know this. Thank you, John. Listening to Talk is Jericho. That's one of the best podcasts out there. You know, that's not ours. Apparently, Adam Copeland had 30 custom-made suits created for when he was in the Judgment Day.
Yeah, he did.
And he used 2.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if you see him in the House of Black, you know why it's happened.
Hey guys, I've got these suits.
Yeah. I'm thinking colour for my entrance, purple.
And the funniest part of that is,
with you.
in all the different shapes and sizes they are in the House of Black, none of them are the same shape as him. Like, not one of them. They're all different, all taller, or they're all
wider,
more well
smaller.
built, wider, smaller, whatever it is. And he's just this tall, lean guy. Wouldn't fit any of them. None of them.
Oh, Mr. Twilly, you've donated and retracted your question, but thank you for your donation. Just put it in the chat. You don't have to donate again or anything like that. I'll read it. I'll keep an eye out for it before we get to the hashtag Bloody Good quiz in a few minutes. AV Spigfed also says, do you think Judgment Day will be like Bullet Club, a faction for 10 years or so, but the members keep revolving? That's an idea.
Interesting.
Because JD McDonough's definitely about to replace Finn Balor, and Damian Priest going to get kicked out as well.
Yeah, whatever you do, just don't break up Rhea and Dom. Let that run on forever. Like, that'd be the basis of it, but keep that forever.
I like this idea. We all know WWE far too well to know that this will not. They will break. They might reform, break them up and reform somewhere on the line, but they will 100% break them all up into tiny little pieces.
Yep.
And some of them will sink and some of them will swim. But I hope it's not for quite a while, because I am really enjoying the Judgment Day, and they bring the best out of each other. Yeah. And it's the first time I've ever Rhea Ripley's ever really clicked with me. In that group, she is the best. I understand why everybody was so high on her all this time.
Mr. Twilly, thank you again for your donation. Who just writes, I wish I was the table for the Dudley Boys live show. Cheers from Southern California.
You went back to this. You went back and we got smuffed. You thought you were getting an insightful question. I like that, though. Like what you like. I like that.
And if you want to get tickets, I think they're still available. Who knows?
Do you want me to run across and press the button put the poster on for a second?
Get it on.
I'm going to try see if it still works. They might have run out.
That's true.
WhatCulture.com/tickets.
We buys the last one by mistake.
It looks like we have internet connectivity problems.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's all still on there, and yet not only can you get a ticket, you can do a special edition T-shirt.
What's the prices? What's the prices for them, Phil? For the people at home who perhaps may or may not.
The prices are 10 of your fine British pounds for a ticket, or 30 of your fine British pounds for a ticket and a T-shirt.
And the T-shirts are good. I think
the T-shirts are good.
Yeah, it's purple. What's not to like?
Purple, yeah. What's not to love about that?
Yeah.
Right, enough of all that.
Hello.
It's now time.
Yeah, already. That feels quick, that.
Yeah.
For a bloody good quiz. Maybe we'll switch this up.
Better be a good one.
Yeah,
you phoned it in for the first live episode.
Someone emailed me a quiz. No, I wrote it.
I don't believe him.
This week's quiz is brought to you
by
Cameron Brado. If you want your name associated with the hashtag Bloody Good Quiz, leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcast. But Cameron writes, hello! I hope this email finds you and the Dudley Boys never know what culture well. I've been a wrestling fan for several years. Watching the shows live never really worked for my schedule. I was meant to go to the Rochester, New York AEW show where Mr. Brody Lee was to debut. But sadly, the pandemic shut it down and I lost my chance to see him in person. You guys keep my spirits up while I work long days. There's no way I'd truly enjoy wrestling without you. There's actually a question that Cameron sent. I've been sitting on a question for a while, but I've never been able to ask it because my Twitter is private and I can't really reach out. It's probably for the best, that. It's rubbish. Absolutely dumpster
Doing
fire,
it right.
Cameron.
Yeah, doing it right, Cameron.
Do you think WWE should do a shoot draft between USA and Fox They'd be able to select the wrestlers they want for their programs while showing the company who they put stock into. You could have a private draft in February and give WWE a few months to make plans before announcing the results of the draft in April. You could even not announce the draft results and have huge pabs when people show up unannounced. It will make WrestleMania more of a season finale and a place to end feuds that can't carry over. You guys make my life better. I can't thank you enough. Go Colts, and God bless. Thank you, Cameron. Go Colts. What do you reckon to that in terms of... I do think it is weird that they go like, well, it's next show out of the way. Right, we're going to do a draft, and next week, you're suddenly going to be all changed around. It does feel like if you did the night after WrestleMania for that sort of thing, it would be very definitive and like, okay, it's a fresh start after WrestleMania.
Yeah, the draft is very broken as it is at the minute, especially when they did it, like they changed it up last time, did they? But like around Survivor Series time, and then you do the bloody... like, brand versus brand, when the people have only been on the brand for like a month. It's like, well, this is real dumb. So they have been desperately needing to switch up the draft for a really long time, rather than just having like a Stephanie McMahon come out and say, this person is on Raw, this person is on SmackDown. It's really, really boring. So right now I would take anything over what they'd currently do if it makes it feel any kind of vaguely sports oriented, like any kind of just entertainment oriented. Yeah. Like something. There's got to be something. Maybe now with the 2 different GMs, you might be able to do something where they actually like kayfabe, get in a room and try and like figure it out and do proper trades like they did for Jay and Kevin Owens. You never know.
Do like a proper like American football.
There's like so much they can do with the draft, and they just don't.
You could literally
for a long time.
Properly build shows around it.
Yeah, I'm also not saying go back to the days when they just told JR live on air that he was going to be on SmackDown now.
Yes. See, that's the thing.
That's the opposite end of this.
I would say there's an element of that where it would create, like, you think about how crushed or how annoyed or how rattled some of the superstars would get when it was scripted.
Yeah.
Right. Imagine when you find out you are shoot the person nobody wanted on the show. Like, I remember Cesaro, wasn't it, who hadn't been drafted, and he was like, how am I not being drafted on this and that? And I think there was like, he was venting his real life frustrations in being a lower down pick. Imagine if they're just like, oh yeah, like literally we've picked everyone else. It's like when you're at school and you see people picking teams for like football or whatever. It's like,
actually, I've got enough people.
I should have a on the stage
thankfully,
as well.
It's really good. So everybody always was like, that guy. But then you always think, that poor one at the end who's like, there's 2 of them left. And you're like, you just kind of have to split the kids. Like, you go on, and you have him, and you have him. Or like flip a coin and see who wants them. It would be brutal from that perspective. But there's so many potentials they've got there. And they're always looking for ways to freshen up the narratives. It's right there. Just do the thing.
What if they don't get picked? They're just fired.
Yeah. Save them a lot of trouble in
it. Down. Well, you didn't get selected. Best looking future endeavors.
Bye.
Bye. Also, I do like the idea of this, because we just not this week, maybe the week before. Was it this week? The season premieres of of like Raw.
SmackDown was last week.
And
Raw
SmackDown was
Monday.
on the
After
so there's just this huge
break.
There's this huge gap where Mania ends at April, and then it's like none of this matters apparently. Season finale at the end of Mania. Season premiere. What are we? October. Boom.
I have breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to Eric Vasquez to point this out for me.
Interesting. So it's not your breaking news. Eric Vasquez has got
Eric Vasquez has breaking news.
Eric Vasquez has breaking news that I'm referring. I'm aggregating someone else's news.
Yeah, imagine that, eh?
Who'd do a thing like that?
8 minutes ago, tweeted by @WWE and X. As first reported by the LA Times. So I'm reporting, Eric Vasquez is reporting, WWE's reporting of the LA Times reporting.
That's the normal What Culture report.
Yeah. Are they about to change the draft?
Roman Reigns will defend the WWE, undisputed WWE Universal Championship against...
Simon Miller?
Not quite.
I know it's going.
L.A. at Crown Jewel on the 4th of November.
Clean win for LA then. On to the next chapter.
Obviously, yeah. That's the only way.
Boy, am I glad we haven't already released a SmackDown preview, because it's pretty stupid if... it's so annoying. It's the thing with always is the collision ones. I come in here with Sidge at like 2 p.m. on a Friday afternoon, like, right, what have we got? 2 matches advertised. Yeah. And then they go like, chapter, and what a match that was on Rampage. We're having Kenny Omega versus Danielson. So talk about that if you're previewing the show.
Man.
Thanks, Tony.
Yep. That'll be right. That's why we always figured, like, when we were doing the new channel, we try to keep it like the 3 main reviews of the 3 main shows, because there's like loads more fun stuff to be done on Mondays and Tuesdays that we could do without it being terribly out of date, like all wrong in general about everything.
Oh, happy birthday to Snoop Dogg as well. Just,
Happy birthday, Snoop Dogg.
Happy birthday, Snoop Dogg.
Old buddy, old pal.
Saved WrestleMania when we were there, of course.
Saved WrestleMania. Also one of the greatest dog splashes of all time.
Yep.
Incredible stuff.
LA Knight versus Roman will be tasty.
That will be tasty.
I mean, he's not winning, but
He's definitely not winning.
No, but it'd be good to see.
But there might be shenanigans.
Yeah. No, he's not winning.
how big of an entrance? What is LA Knight going to have drones drawing his face or something?
Yeah.
From a guy who a while back was Max Dupree. It's quite the turnaround, isn't it? It's like, is it a year? When
A guy
did
that
it
was
come?
too over to be featured WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah. It felt huge, the face-off between them two. And I'm, again, for full disclosure, not a weekly guy. I just pop in when I see stuff that's interesting. I had to go and watch this. I caught the end of the SmackDown where it looked like we got some stars again on the show. It really felt like energized. And the shots of like Roman in the sunglasses.
So good.
Unbelievable.
That was so good.
Like that whole episode was just like build. He has potential. Him and Cody have the face off. He has things. Think about this stuff for the next however long. Really well done. But LA Knight did not feel out of place at all.
Nope,
like,
not even a little bit.
They dropped him in the Shark Tank. He's literally got. It'd be like, imagine like, not only does he have to go face to face with Roman Reigns, who is the top guy in that company, full stop. He's got a man of one of the biggest stars of all time just watching him.
Yep.
Just like watching him. That's like all these managers who go to Manchester United and just have Alex Ferguson sitting in the stands.
Oh, God.
Stressing them all out. It's like, which I know you understand the reference to, Phil, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
I watched the Beckham documentary.
there you go. Yeah, you did. I still haven't watched it yet, so well done, you.
You've seen the wardrobe, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I've seen the wardrobe. Of course I have.
Oh my God.
It's the only reason I want to watch it now. But yeah, he didn't look out of place at all. It was completely cool as cucumber. He deserves this match, and hopefully it is received as such.
And Cena's actually been doing a good job of putting him
think
over
so.
and
Yeah.
like making him, not putting him over, but making him feel like he belongs
Legit.
in
Been
that
out of the
position as
spotlight.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, not just trying to make it like, I'm John and I'm endorsing this. Like,
Yeah.
actually, he can do this all by himself. I'm just here as well.
Actually putting him like as his equal rather than I'm lifting this guy up kind of thing.
Definitely.
Happy birthday to Brian Smook in the chat, who's just realised he shares a birthday with Snoop Dogg.
Happy birthday.
Smoog and
That's
Snoop.
a nice birthday present.
That's
Smoog and Snoop.
Smoog and Snoop.
Snoop.
Dutch.
That's my favourite Dutch dinner. The old Smoog and Snoop.
October 7th, 2022.
I like that we did the quiz bit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
10
We'll
minutes
get back to that in
ago.
a second.
This is why we don't need to rush to panicking.
October 7th, 2022 is the first time he said, I'm not Max Dupree anymore, I'm LA Knight.
So it's been
hello.
a year.
Just a year, and now he's main event in Crown Jewel, basically,
Yeah.
against the biggest star in the business.
What's more impressive than that, or Sammy going from Jackass to Elimination Chamber?
Yeah.
And winning the tag
Second to
titles in
main
main event in WrestleMania. Yeah.
Jack
I
is the main event.
think I'd argue Sammy's because
You're
he's
right.
been there for so long.
You're definitely right.
Yeah. And it wasn't like he changed his character. He's still Sammy.
Yeah.
And I love Sammy. I love both of them, but I love Sammy more.
Yeah. Didn't change. You just grew.
Very quick before we get to the quiz, Afnan's asked what football team's that. I'll tell you, it's the best football team in the world. It's Chesterfield, the obscure national.
Sorry,
League
say it
football
again.
team.
It's
Chesterfield.
I thought it was the Lean Gate Valves.
It was not, but it has got, look, you see, it's got the crooked spire. That's what this tribal tattoo thing I've got
Yeah.
here.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. And we obviously both know what the Crooked Spire is. Phil.
Obviously.
Yeah.
The world famous crooked
Well,
spire.
the landmark of
The
the
Crooked
spire.
Spire.
We're playing Gateshead this weekend.
Oh, yeah. In
Not in
Gateshead.
Gateshead. Well, we'd be going, trust me.
Yeah.
If,
Who's we?
anyway, this week's quiz, that's what we were doing, weren't we?
That was what we were doing.
It's all
It's
about
nice
Yeah.
answering people's questions, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like
Thanks
it when
for
you guys
changes.
come along and join in. It's great.
It's all about wrestling retirements.
Okay.
The back of Sting announcing his retirement. Not yet.
Slightly
I'll be right
uninspired,
back.
but I'll
Just
take
let
it.
me have a quick look at something. I'm just curious to see.
Hello.
Are we still on
Here
air?
he is.
Yeah, we are.
Are we still actually going?
Whilst you're doing that, I'll explain the rules. 10 questions. Multiple choice. Shout your name. Wait for me to come to you.
Shout out to the like 220 people who are kicking around right now. That's
Hello.
cool.
Hey.
Hello, everyone.
And as it's a new thing, I'm going to give each of you what are they called in
£100.
Who Wants to Be a
is what it is.
Millionaire? A lifeline.
Oh.
Hello.
Where if you buzz in first, I'll spin and I'll close that down so you can't read the question.
Yeah, what I've noticed is the person who sits on that side can always see the laptop. And always, because of the way the things sit.
But I will spin it around and you can look at the chat, see if this chat can help you with the answer.
Oh,
You get one of
like an
those
ask the
each.
chat kind of deal.
Ask the chat.
Yeah,
it's
you
called.
got workshop
Well,
that.
yeah,
Workshop that.
come back with a better one.
It's no door or no door.
No
Okay.
door, no door.
What about with a noise?
What
Ask the
noise?
chat.
Better, but
better.
could still.
Any more?
Yeah, could still.
Go on, what else you got on here? Like just egg. Nope. Worse.
Oh, they're on the internet and they're in the comment section. So
There you go.
phone a boner.
Phone a boner.
Bona bona.
Holy crap.
Nailed it.
Did we get there in the end?
No, I can't swear. Holy shit. Sorry, Wilbourn.
all right.
Note it down.
It's not your
I
problem.
just realised, no, it is my problem now. It's worse now. Oh, it's all worse now.
Right. Question number 1. Start off with a nice easy one.
Okay.
Jack, feel free to get involved, obviously.
Phil, no pressure, but we kind of need to draw the first ever quiz live on YouTube.
Live.
We can't. And we never rig it either. That's legit. We never ever rig it ever, apart from when he gives us the answers.
Apart from when we rig it.
Yeah, apart from the times we've rigged it. That's not the same thing, though, is it?
What was the colour of Mark Henry's jacket?
Phil.
Yeah. Like just ease you in, and it's a different segment altogether.
That is true.
That's a good one to remember. Right, note that down for the future.
It was black.
Now, does he have to get the exact Pantone colour? You
Well,
know,
I was
like
going to go with salmon.
salmon.
pink.
See, that's
Yay!
that would have been so funny.
Is that what you had written
I
down?
had salmon, mint, burgundy, and eggshell. written
Yeah,
down.
good. Of course he
Nice.
did.
Shout out
Someone's
to
been painting the house.
Oh, we've got. I can do this now. Colon 3. Right, was the first person to write salmon in the chat.
Hello.
Ah, oi, oi.
So 1
Oh,
point
this is
still
going to be
Chambers.
interactive, isn't it?
Isn't it?
I like this.
Question number 2. According to Cage Match, who did Ric Flair face in his last ever singles match? Was it Matt Hardy? Hang on, just
Go
got
on.
to do this
Yeah,
tradition.
just do it for Sige.
For Sige.
No! 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 No!
Matt Morgan, Sting, or Hulk Hogan?
There was a lot of their matches happened during that
you
weird. I've retired, but I haven't retired.
Yeah.
I'm off to
period.
TNA.
Yeah.
But,
Will you just switch Phil back on, please? The power seems to have run out.
Boot it down.
What were the options again?
Matt Hardy, Matt Morgan, Sting, or Hulk Hogan?
Go on then. I don't know who it is, but I think we'll go for the anticlimax. No disrespect to Matt Morgan. Just, Matt Morgan. That's who I'll go for.
Oh, I've done that.
Oh, you
done
swapped the thing on.
No, dear, that's
No, dear,
wrong.
that's wrong. See, for some reason, my mind went to that weird
Australian
Australian.
is writing salmon in the chat.
Salmon!
He thought of salmon.
Salmon! It was salmon.
For some reason, my mind went to that Hulk Hogan
Oh,
Australia
our screens have
tour
gone off.
thing.
TVs. Oh, no one's pressing the buttons on the thing.
Pressing the buttons.
I'll go. You just
Yeah, okay.
I've already used mine.
Thank you, Adam.
So yeah, for some reason,
you,
my mind
Adam,
went to
thank
that
you.
weird Australian Hulk Hogan tour thing that he did, and I was like, did he randomly drag Ric Flair along to that? 'Cause that was after Impact, but I don't even think he did, and I'm just making stuff up, so I have no idea. But I'm gonna go with Hulk Hogan anyway.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Was it Matt Hardy?
Sting.
Sting. That's Stinger.
And then, of course, he had the infamous tag match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
So just
Hell of
when
a
he was in the
sign-off.
Judgment Day.
full disclosure. Shout out to Josh Brown of WrestleCulture. Hope you're doing all right, Josh.
Hey, all right, Josh.
He was on a little run of watching wrestling matches, right? Now, Josh's criteria was very specific. He didn't want good matches.
Fair.
He didn't want, like, unreal matches. What he wanted was, like, any elements, whether the promos or matches or, like, just stories in general that are, like, bits where it got a little bit too real, or it was a car crash because, like, elements were trying to be put together that didn't work, or, like, I sent him Brock getting knee by Braun Strowman and then
Yes.
turning into killer mode for, like, a second. That sort of thing.
Okay.
So when he's like, and he was just going through finding stuff himself at times. He's like, so I stumbled across Ric Flair's last match last night, and he just like, he's like, yeah, I've never. he's like, did he die twice in that match? He's like, there's 2 points where he 3 points like where he legitimately passes out. Like, the blood is getting circulated well enough, and he just like, and then comes back.
Like, figure 4,
and he's the one I'm sure putting the figure 4 on.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was hard watching, but he was fascinated by it. So more of this sort of thing, I guess.
Okay, question 3. What 5 words did Shawn Michaels say to Ric Flair before switching music in?
Bill.
There you go. I know this, but not the one.
I'm sorry, I love you.
Got him.
It's really hard on those options.
Go on, then. We're not going to deny you in front of your audience. I know you like it.
Here we are. Question 4.
You better look them right down the lens and
shout out to Richie H, who got Sting, and Michael Everett, who got I'm sorry, I love you first.
Spreading the points about in the chat.
The options were going to be Space Mountain is now closed.
Just think of the time you spent on this, right? Just think about it. Like the time, and I know you spent time on it. Because it's you. Go on, carry on. Continue.
Hey, Rick, you're a prick.
Boom. Hey, Rick, you're a brick. Here's a super kick.
Hey.
Good night, Dick.
And the other option was just going to be...
Time to sing, mate.
Of course. What else would it be? The phrase I have now heard more times than anything else.
Okay. Question 4. Do you remember when, on the build to the Shawn Michaels match, he said, I'm never going to retire? And Vince was like, you are? And he said, every match you have from now on, if you lose, it's a career-threatening match, basically. Obviously, that led to WrestleMania.
Career-threatening. Ending. Over. Done.
Yeah. But who didn't Flair face when his career was on the line in WWE?
This is a Ric Flair quiz now. Is that what's happening?
It seemed to be.
I'll get back to it, I promise. I fell into a Wikipedia hole, basically. Who didn't he face when his career was on the line in WWE? Edge, you manja, Mr. Kennedy, or Mark Henry?
I just don't know. This is all in a time that I wasn't watching, so...
Chat just putting people in. Me, Batista.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he wouldn't face anyone.
I think I remember 2 of those at least. But now I've said it, I'm gonna change my mind, and I'm gonna go with Mark Henry.
Does that make any noises?
Maybe.
No, dear, that's wrong.
There you go. What's my options then?
Edge, you manja, Mr. Kennedy.
Oh, God, they all sound like...
It includes, like, it's any match he had that his career was on the line for. Not multi-mans, obviously, that didn't count. No one's got it in the chat so far.
I don't know. I'm going to go with Edge just because he's my boy.
Yay!
Hey!
Multi-mans, never fought him in singles competition with
When
his
in
career on
doubt.
the line. Chris Tienken gets the points on that one. 2-1.
Christian.
Oh, Chris is just putting everyone's names in there.
There you go.
Mark Henry, Mr. Kennedy. Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, he was still the first.
Yeah. 2-1.
Yeah.
Both lifelines still intact.
Oh, yeah, we've got lifelines, haven't we?
How many matches?
Do they know we've got lifelines? Did you make that up beforehand?
No, they think they know. Well, they're just hammering in the chat anyway. You just.
All right.
How many matches did Sting have in WWE before retiring in 2015? This is a depressing list of options. 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Oh, man. It's Nicholas.
Let me see. I'll get
4.
this cage match up.
4, and one of them's a tag match against it's like Big Show and Cena and go on.
Like you do.
Yeah. Go on.
Michael Everett got the 4 as well.
What's that tag match?
So, where are we?
It's so weird, man. It's the weirdest.
See if you can get them together. So, obviously,
All the matches are the people.
First match you can get.
Triple H.
Triple H.
Seth Rollins.
Not
I think that's-
not in that order.
topped and tailed.
Not in that order, but yeah.
So it's Big Show. They're in a tag match. It's Sting. Is it Sting and Cena?
Yes.
Sting and Cena versus Big Show. It's not Big Show and Kane, is it?
No.
No. Big Show and...
It wasn't Big Show and Mark Henry.
was it Big Show and Seth? Big Show and Seth
that would make more sense.
in the build too, because it was Authority times, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Is that right?
Oh, God, yeah. So,
Yeah.
technically, he only worked 3 shows because that Sting Big
'Cause it
Show
was on
match
SmackDown,
was
wasn't it?
DQ'd, and then it went straight to the tag match.
Yeah.
So, he only actually worked 3.
And how many of them did he win? Just out of curiosity.
Technically, he went 50-50.
Yeah, he did.
And one of them was a DQ.
Oh, God.
Thanks.
Just deserves so much better, that man.
You never guess what?
And he got it.
Yeah, he did. That's very true. What am I on about? Shut up, idiot. He got it.
We're halfway and it's 2-2.
Exciting.
Well, just like that.
Okay, question 6.
An odd number, though, we've got going on there. All right. We'll figure it out. We always do.
Who out of this list has been retired the longest? Devon Dudley, Tyson Tomko, Mark Henry, Kurt Angle.
Oh, that's an interesting list because, well, I'm going to help us both out because Devon came back recently, didn't he? To do the match with Bubba at Impact 1000, right?
I did not know that.
Good.
He was going to be the one I was going to go for.
So that must be days, right? That can't be that long.
Yeah.
If he's in counting that or if he's working on all the information, which he probably is.
I put a lot of work into this quiz.
So, what were the other options?
The other options were Tyson Tomko, Mark Henry, and Kurt Angle.
When were the last times Tyson, Tonko, and Mark Henry worked? Tonko strikes me like someone who could have been working on the indies for a little while. But for how long, I don't know.
No idea.
Chat's popping off.
He could still go and join Christian in the AEW.
If you want to use your lifeline, chats.
I don't really want to, though, yet. I feel like we should leave that's drama, that. Bit of pageantry, eh?
Phil, why not? It's going on a bit.
Come on, Phil.
What were the options?
Got places to be.
What were the options again?
Devon, Tyson, Mark Henry, Kurt Angle. Who's been retired the longest?
Tyson Tomko.
Yay!
Yeah, there you go. Good.
Henry and Angle, I suppose technically were 2019, although Henry, did he wear the Rumble after that? No, maybe not. No.
Angle
And
was in the
Devon came
Shield,
back
of course.
just the other day.
Yeah.
There you go.
I helped you out there.
You did, because I was going to go for
That's
that
what friends are for.
Did you get that one? You didn't, yeah?
I did, yeah.
3-2, yeah. 3-2. Baby brain's kicking in.
Okay.
Question 7. Michelle McCool retired at the age of just 31 after losing a match to Layla at which pay-per-view? Extreme Rules, Over the Limit, Capital Punishment, or SummerSlam?
I wasn't here for this.
You suck.
I wasn't here for this.
Yeah, I remember this because this was the one where in the video package beforehand, they'd done the angle on Raw or SmackDown, and I was definitely watching it this time, and Michelle McCool in the promo had been like, Phil, I'll see you at name of pay-per-view. And don't forget the stipulation, loser leaves. And they clearly went, well, that's not clear enough. So in the video package, they go, Phil, I'll see you at name of pay-per-view. And don't forget the stipulation, loser leaves the WWE.
Good.
Excellent.
All right. I'm going to do it.
Hello.
I'm going for the audience.
Oh, hello.
Mostly because, much like Triple H, I want to be the first person in history who ever used their Ask the Audience. So, all right, audience.
They're all split. They've all said every single one.
That's good. So, how does this work then?
You just pick
the rest of the quiz is hidden.
The quiz is hidden.
That's
You
okay.
can't see it.
So,
Yeah, SummerSlam, Over the Limit, Extreme Rules, Capital Punishment.
literally, they're just all of them. It's just, if you were ever going to get it right, now's the time. Flood the comments with the correct answer.
What is the correct answer,
There
chat?
should be a time limit on this.
There should be.
Because otherwise they're just going to be Googling it and then...
All right, cop. It's just for fun. It's just for fun. Hey, come on now.
Fun with rules, damn it.
Phil's
rules are
obviously-
fun.
Just
Phil's-
you're ruining it.
Phil's-
WrestleMania, they're right in there.
Good. Main event. Good. All right. I'm going with the one. I'm going to cross my eyes. And the one that sticks out the most, whether they're right
I'm
or wrong.
trusting you with this, chat. You're right in
Yeah.
AEW Rampage.
Yeah, whether they're right or wrong. And because I had two, I'm bored of this now. Capital punishment is
That's
what I
the
will
one I
go
was
for.
going to go for.
All right. Well.
Just out of interest, because it seems like an odd one for him to
No.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Thanks, chat.
add. Yay!
Yes. Let it be known. You all suck.
Phil, you've got
Extreme Rules feels too easy because you just add on the stipulation, do an Extreme Rules match and now you have to leave. But maybe it's just the easy one.
Oh,
but
you
I'm
don't.
going to screw that and go for Over the Limit.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Extreme rules, wasn't it?
It's Extreme Rules 2011.
Incredible. Good.
3-2. Phil, you still got your lifeline.
Still got your lifeline for whatever it's worth.
Exciting.
His next question.
It'd be funny if like what we discover is they all actually hate me, so they were like mixing up. You do it. It's just like all the correct answers are the same in the thing.
True or false? So if you get this wrong, your point goes to your opponent. True or false? Kevin Nash's last match before retiring featured James Ellsworth.
Ooh.
I hope
Yes,
true.
Nicholas. True, because it was a rumble, right? Surely, something like that. I don't know. Well, true, but don't take points off me. Go on.
Yay.
What was
It wasn't a rumble.
Was it like an Andre the Giant Battle Royal or
No,
something?
it was in some random. Let me find his cage match here. Oh, everyone in the chat saying false. It was
False. They're all Sean
false.
Connery and lots of Sean Connerys
It
in the
was
chat.
the BTW heavyweight title gauntlet featuring Flex Armstrong, 3 question marks, another 3 question marks, Todo Loco, James Ellsworth, and Darren Young of all people.
Right.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
Match of the year.
Match of the year. Right?
2018. Right, 3 each, 2 questions to go. Phil, you still got your lifeline.
Oh, baby.
Did anyone in the chat actually get that right? Barton Keys. Thank you, Barton. It was true. Question 9. An attack by what caused Triple H
Well, that was the question.
caused Triple H to fake a retirement in
Ah,
1999?
Nicholas. So you have to get the next one right now.
Yeah, apparently so.
Okay.
What if you get it?
If
you
I
get
get it. He got bit by a snake, didn't he? Doing the Stone Cold Steve Austin thing.
A rattlesnake is correct.
Which he didn't. Because if you watch it back, it's one of them with a how do you say that? Perspex?
Perspex, yeah.
Perspex thing. So the snake's like, he's on the other side of it, and you'll never be able to get him in a million years. But still, he comes out with a big, he's painted on the eye thing. It's so funny, man.
It means so much to you.
Yeah, we have to retire.
I die before I lose this title.
All right, I'll put my
Somehow
feet up now,
have
Phil.
No memory of this whatsoever.
I'll see if I can find it.
I only know it because of lists, I think. That's literally it.
I think, yeah, it might
I was
have been
definitely watching then. I have
Yeah.
no memory of this.
I would have always been like, I'll watch it just whenever I get a chance. It wasn't like I would religiously go for it. I would just
Yeah.
find it when I found it.
No,
and
I
it
would
would
have
be
been
on.
watching it every week then.
I was still a wee kid, man. I would have been 9 years old.
This is true.
Yeah. How old were you? 1,000?
1,000 years old.
1,000 years old. You can't tell them now, because if you tell me how old they are, they're going to do the backwards math and find out how old you actually are.
It's true. There he is. Look at that.
Turns out it was prosthetics.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Oh, who knew?
You've seen that, don't you, a million times, though? Sure.
I've not.
You've not?
I've never seen that picture in my
Never seen it
life.
in your life. What have you been doing, Phil?
I know, right?
Even work at WrestleCulture. Ah.
Right,
Final question.
All right, Phil, come on. No pressure.
Still got
Hey,
your-
the pressure's on the chat, not me.
Yeah. Hey, we've done this well, haven't we? We've done this quite well. Hey?
Question 10.
Heal it up and don't use the audience.
As always, chat is what I've got written down. That's the most important answer here.
Which is not always correct.
Definitely not. If there's
Almost-
one thing we have learned.
Almost always. Do you remember that time at the actual live show in New York where they were going mad? Because
I've had nightmares about that.
yeah, because it was me and Cleary got the answer right, and you were telling them we got it wrong, and they were going mad. We've been
I
robbed.
can't remember how that happened.
Something to do
I
with
mean, it's
Paige. I just remember
Yeah.
it was Paige related, and I can't remember what else.
I think I got the years mixed up or something. I was like, stupid. Which of these activities, Phil Chambers,
Hello.
Come on, Phil.
takes less time than JBL's retirement match with Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania 25?
Okay, yep,
Ooh,
you've
it's a-
been Googling.
Good end in this. Hang on.
8 seconds, was it?
I want to know, and you have to read them exactly as you've got them there. Is one of them couch related? For some reason, he always goes to couches. The couches have popped up a few times, and I don't think they will be there, but
It's not me not in chat. Can you not? I thought about
you
it.
did this to yourself.
I thought about it.
For anybody who's watching, and I'm sure you were earlier this week, he brought the nut on himself.
Yeah.
You did this to yourself.
Yeah, someone asked us a
Yeah.
question about favourite uni memory, and I said when I nutted. So
And then try to follow it up with the most sincere, like, oh, maybe when I got into student radio.
Student radio.
You can't have it both ways. You've killed both of the Dadleys. They're dying of laughter. And he's like, oh, yeah, but yeah, sentimentally, like, kind of got into student radio, like, launched my career. So, shut up.
had
Shut
it both
up.
ways. No regrets.
Lunchtime is over.
Alrighty, come on, Phil. Hit me.
Which of these activities
Which of these nuts?
takes less time? And the timing of the WrestleMania 25 match, chat, if you wanted to Google this, is what I've gone from on Wikipedia. Okay. Watch the iconic "I am the one who knocks" scene from Breaking Bad. Does that take less time?
So the entire scene.
Including? Is this including the entrances or not?
No, just the.
I feel like you need to know that. Bell to bell. Yeah.
Stop writing two bomb chump in the chat.
You know him well.
Counting to 100.
Okay. Which one of these takes less time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Trust me, this would be in the office earlier today. I was like,
okay.
I played a little game with myself.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
It's a few.
Usain Bolt running 200 meters.
Hello. I was in Mississippi so much.
Or listening to Her Majesty by the Beatles.
I was going to say, I've got some bad news for you. You're not going to be able to listen to her. But it's a song. It's different.
Well, the entire match was drop, toe, hold, 619. Oh, no, it was a roll-up. It was insanely quick.
It was obviously very memorable.
What it was now. Usain Bolt.
What about the chat?
Nah, screw the chat.
I told you, man. Worst guy. The worst guy. And now you get to see it. You get to see it on YouTube. He's evil.
I'll show you the chat just for you. It's all two bomb chump, not law.
Dynamite for a moment.
But people are leaning towards Usain
People are
Bolt.
leaning towards Usain Bolt.
All right.
It doesn't matter. I didn't ask them, but.
So, to draw the first ever live WrestleCulture quiz,
and let's have it right at this point now. It could have been their fault, and it's actually your fault.
I'll take it.
So if it, just saying.
I didn't want to put that pressure on them.
Well,
I'm doing it for them.
Yeah, sure. He hits you.
Here it comes.
Yay!
You can't do that. The audio listeners are going to wonder what the hell's going on.
They'll be so confused, Phil. Podcasts are not a visual medium until today.
10 points for me. Goodbye, everyone.
Never thought to do that, ever. The whole time we've done it as a podcast. Why were we not just pressing the button? Hey, you do it. We did it.
Yes, to run through the options. 112 seconds to watch the I'm the one who knocks you from Breaking Bad.
Funny.
Apparently counting to 100 takes average of 25 seconds. It took me a lot longer than that.
It's not like just take 100 seconds. 1.
No, you can do it.
Well, you can do it faster. But
3. There you go. I did 3 in a second.
Yeah, it wasn't a second.
1, 2, 3.
You got to stop message.
1, 2, 3.
Stop message.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Shut
9,
up. Just read this stupid thing.
Counting to 100, average of 25 seconds. Her Majesty by the Beatles is 23 seconds, I
Quite
believe.
short, yeah. She is a pretty nice girl.
And Usain Bolt running 200 meters is under 20 seconds. I think the match itself was 21 seconds, according to Wikipedia. Thanks, Dan of the Dragons, who still says it was the inception of Eric. Thanks, guys. But
not wrong.
Thank you to the chat, and congratulations to both.
We
Adam
did it.
Nicholas and Phil Chambers.
And
The co-winners.
the winner, as always, was wrestling.
There you go.
Let us know how you got on in the chat.
We'll find out.
on X at WhatCulture WWE. Watch that you can follow both winners of this week's quiz. You can follow Phil Chambers at
Fill My Chambers. You can follow Adam Nicholas at
It's Adam Nicholas. And you can follow Adam Wilbourn at
Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE, as I said. Still time to get tickets for our live show that goes down on Tuesday, 21st of November at Mosaic Tap in Newcastle upon Tyne. WhatCulture.com/tickets if you want to get tickets for that. And you can check out other podcasts from earlier on today. The SmackDown preview and the AEW Collision and Builds preview is available right now. What Culture Wrestling Podcast. Wherever you get your podcasts from. But this has been WrestleCulture Live. My thanks to Adam Nicholas, to Phil Chambers. Thank you to you, chat. And we will see you soon. Bye!
Wrestling!
Bye, everybody!